Today wraps up a week-long trip to Israel and the United Arab Emirates for Governor Spencer Cox and other state leaders.
News specialist Erin Cox spoke with both religious and business leaders who joined the governor on this trip. And Erin, this trip created some really important opportunities for our state.
I spoke with two in the airport who are on their way back home to Salt Lake City, and they say this trip had three groups and three purposes: business, economic opportunities, and interfaith relationships. It has been a week to remember in Jerusalem as Rabbi Sam Spector showed off the place he once called home.
To show a place that's so special to me was a wonderful privilege, and that's something I will cherish for the rest of my life.
Rabbi Spector joined Governor Spencer Cox and a group of 60 leaders in visiting religious sites and other religious leaders.
As I was telling the Israelis about the different things we do as a community, how tight-knit we are as a community, and how active and vibrant we are as a community, you just saw their eyes getting huge and saying, that sounds like the type of community I'd like to be in too.
Connecting communities is what the trip was all about.
I mean, it's 1:30 in the morning here in Dubai. We're about to fly to Salt Lake City.
Aaron Starks, the Chief Revenue Officer of Global Business Services, led the business track for this trip.
We had a company receive a verbal commitment from one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in this region of the world for $4 million capital commitment. So that's a huge win.
Starks says they also networked with the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, the world's 12th largest oil production company. They started conversations on how to help sulfur and mining operations in Utah. They also met with aerospace and defense organizations.
And the purpose of these trips is to accelerate growth for these companies. So we connect them to buyers, partners, investors in both Israel and the UAE.
An impactful visit meant to strengthen a community across the world and here in Utah.
I think it's important for us to go and get examples from other places, but also to be an example. I truly think that we are a small but mighty community, and that we're going to be a light onto the other Jewish communities of the world.
All 60 leaders are on 2 flights back home to Salt Lake City, and they've got 17 hours of flying time ahead of them. They say it was all worth it. From Congregation Kol Ami in Salt Lake City, Erin Cox, KSL 5 News.